Well, hey there. Welcome. Come on in. I have saved you a spot. This is your chance to just take a moment, step away from the noise, drop down out of your busy brain and your hectic days, and find this moment of peace and calm with EFT, the Emotional Freedom Technique, tapping, and an affirmation that's inspired by an oracle card. And I want you to know that this is a space where you give yourself permission to turn it all off. Just turn down the volume for a moment. We don't need to stick our head in the sand, although we often want to just, I don't want anymore. There's too much chaos and confusion, uncertainty, unsafety, a lot of self doubt, a lot of worry. And it's important for us to not turn completely away, to stay in a observer mode at least, but to also notice how we might get into reaction and find the ability to come away from that, to calm our nervous system. And that's what this is about. The Daily Tap was created by an amazing trainer, facilitator, mentor of mine, Emma Starling in the UK, the founder of the Evolved Energetics Academy, Soul Shift, and many more things. But this was designed to help you feel better no matter what's going on in your life and all around you. And we know all over the world things are in crazy cosmic upheaval. And so we need a way to calm all of that fight, flight, freeze, fawn symptoms that we totally need when it's necessary. However, if it's going on all the time, like it is for many of us, and it's chronic, it truly messes with our health, our body, our mental state, our relationships, our money, everything. But that's part of what I do in my coaching, is to help you through all of that. And so in this small moment, it's just a little bit, kind of a taste of tapping, right? And it's all on the positive side, which if you know me at all, and if you don't, thank you for being here. If you're new, and thank all the returners who keep coming back and sharing. It's something that I don't normally do all the time, because I want you to be able to express all that negative stuff you're trying to hold in to survive. And, that's a whole nother topic, a whole nother thing. But I want you to know that this very process right now can just bring in a moment of calm, because we tend to stay up in our minds and spinning in thoughts about what I could have, should have done, or shouldn't have done, and what if in the future, because there's a lot of that going on, right? So meet me here in the middle where we will tap. All you need to do is take responsibility for your well being, reach out if anything comes up for you and you need support, but also just follow along. You don't even have to know how, because you just follow me and tap where I tap, repeat what I say, and see how you feel. We are tapping on endpoints of meridians that run through our body, through that beautiful energy system that is responsible for so much of what our bodies do without us even knowing it, and for why we can get triggered into things and why things can upset us so much. So let's go here. I want you to just take a little breath. Don't force it, just a nice breath. And as you drop down out of your busy mind, come into your body and search for where you feel any kind of stress within your body. Top of your head to your toes, bottom of your feet. Search through that head, neck, and shoulders, upper torso, back, solar plexus, down in that belly and the lower back, and where you're sitting in the chair, your legs all the way down. Just feel anywhere. You feel a constriction, tightness, a sense of unease, discomfort, aches and pains. Pain itself that can be actually made more acute by what we think about it, how we think about it. And lean into the idea of gaining some clarity, because when we're up in our head all the time, we cannot think. All of our energy goes out to the extremities to allow us to freeze or run or fight, right? So just take a notice of what that feels like in your body. How intense is it right now? 0 to 10, 10 being up over the top, really extreme, maybe near panic. Just feel into that. Breathe. Just notice it. What's your number? And then notice what happens with your body, how it responds when I show you the deck and we pull a card for the collective and I read you that message and we do the tapping. Notice what goes on there, because your body knows what to release, even if it doesn't seem to resonate for you or you don't understand it. Don't worry. It works anyway. Okay, so I want to show you this. This is quite an interesting deck. It doesn't come out very often. It's fairly new, and I haven't had time to really play with it, work with it, because it's quite intricate and extensive. But it is a box within a box. So it is The Wild Unknown Alchemy by Kim. Is it Kim? Yeah, Kim Krause. So alchemy, I'm drawn to that because in the world of quantum human design, I am an alchemist. And it's funny because I just found that out recently, just decided to look into it. And I have been looking at alchemy for a very long time, because I don't know that I'm the alchemist, but I show you how to be your own alchemist. Because it's, the term alchemy comes from turning gold into lead, or lead into gold. But in the terms of our inner being and our energy system, it's turning what is heavy and leaden into golden opportunities. And so the box inside the box is a beautiful white rose. And these are this is the shape of the card, so they're a bit awkward for me. Inside the box message, which I always like to read, is from lead to gold, the secret sealed. Patience more will be revealed. Wow. So I think it's a beautiful rhyme. And the patience more will be revealed if we really, take our time and remember that we are co-creating our life with spirit. We're not alone in this. Okay, so here we are with the deck, which is quite big and it's a bit awkward, but I carry on. And remember, we set an intensive that we receive the message that is meant for us today. Whenever this message reaches you on the live or on the replays down the line a month from now, it is meant for you. It can be a word, a sentence, a phrase, the image itself. What do we need to know for the highest good and greatest joy of all? They're also quite thick, they're heavy cardstock, like cardboard. Okay, so one card fell out, and different people who are experts and teach, some will pick that up right away as a message. One of my main mentors puts it aside, and if we need clarity, we read it. So, but I want to pick it up and I'm not going to read the message from it. I just want you to see separation, separatio. And what that brings to mind is, I'm sure, what most of you have seen. We are in this polarity, this separation, and, you know, I'm right about everything kind of control and that sort of thing. And I feel because of what's happening beyond the line are, things coming together. So just feel into that and what that might mean for you. Because, these images can be quite dimensional. And do you see this going back or coming forward? I see it coming forward and coming together. So the card that was drawn, though, for us is spring. Look at that beautiful tree. So let me find the message. And of course, they're using Roman numerals. Like, what? People. If you've been with me at all, you know that I always joke about, well, okay, this person doesn't use numbers. I have to use my alphabet. Now I have to remember Roman numerals. I just love it when they do this kind of thing to me. But hey, it's coming to me quickly. All right. So, and also within this, there's a message, but there's also messages around the page. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. So take another look at that. See what resonates right now for you. Spring has a lot to do with blossoming and blooming after the long winter's rest, the hibernation, growing. This is what people in the southern hemisphere are entering as we up here are in the fall. But let's see. Because this book is big, I'm not going to hold the card up all the time, and I should be like some of those tarot people and get another camera. But for this short message, let's get into it. Even though I've gone over the time I like to relegate to this. Okay, so the message is about blossoming, becoming the horizon. When spring arrives, our eyes lift from the work and we peer out the window of our laboratory. That's what I was saying yesterday. If you can't get outside, look out the window. We realize Earth has been in its own transformational spin. And this is so true, everybody. Readying itself for a new era of growth. In a state of wonder, the alchemist sets aside the work of winter and opens the door, stepping into spring. When this card arrives, it indicates a blossoming, a coming into one's own. It's generation time. You may be dreaming up a business plan, humming a new melody, or flirting with a special someone. Spring is the season of the East, where the sun rises and lights the world. You do not have to work on anything during this phase. Let the energy of the season push through you. You made it through winter and the bulbs burst on their own. The message for Go Deeper, look at Louise Bourgeois' sculpture Spring from 1949. To ponder the flower within the bud. You know how the bud has a beautiful flower within it before it bursts open. And on the side, spring has a what's next quality to it. Sit in stillness and envision the horizon. Sit with the image until it shifts and you see something coming your way. Now lift this up again. So if you want to freeze frame and pause, you can sit with that and see what comes to mind. And then the last message over here, buds and grasses push up and out during spring. The season has a divine momentum to it. So keep an eye out for impatience, anger, or pushiness. And that's that idea too, about the division we saw in separation, because we do tend to get impatient, Why won't people wake up? Why is this going on? Why is this so crazy? Take a breath. and tune into spring. The idea of we've spent a lot of time planting our seeds and tilling and fertilizing and growing, whatever it is we've been working on within ourselves and around us. And now it's time to let that come forth. Let that start to push through in a gentle spring-like way. This comes to mind that we can watch the sun come up in the morning if you are able to just watch and be silent for a minute as the light of day comes your way. Okay, so let's do some tapping. Let me see if I can grab a few words for us here. Okay, so I'm just going to start at the beginning now. At the eyebrow point, spring means blossoming, side of the eye, and becoming. Under eye, the horizon, under nose. When spring arrives, my eyes lift, chin, from the work, collarbones, and I peer out the window, underarm, and I realize Earth has been in its own transformational spin. Top of the head, readying itself for a new era of growth. Eyebrow. I envelop and embrace the state of wonder. The alchemist in me, that was side of the eye, under the eye, sets aside the work. Under eye, and opens the door. Chin, stepping into spring. I am ready to blossom and push through. I am open to humming a new melody and embracing the beauty of spring. And in the forehead, third eye, so it is, amen. I invite you to embrace that idea of spending some time in the silence and look at all the things that you have accomplished already. Look at all the things that you have already. And even if things are difficult, find things to be grateful for, to appreciate. The more you do that, the more that will come to you. Let go of any of that anger and that frustration. Invite some calm into your day. Take a breath and check in with your body again. Where's your number? Has that dropped down? Have you relaxed a bit? You feel a little more at ease? Just check in with your body and see. You can keep tapping and keep it going down. If it hasn't moved, or even if it's been triggered up because of things, know that you've hit on something that you need to work on, and just keep tapping. And if you can't do that now, do it later or tomorrow within a 24-hour window. Remember the message and breathe. This was a little bit longer today, but I wanted to send that beautiful breath of spring your way. Remember to tap. Remember you are loved.